Hello again, them.Hope, and welcome to another video. And this one's going to be a little bit different. This one's actually going to be something life related. But before I start, I just want to say, hope you're all having a great week so far. I know obviously it's really early and stuff. Hope you all had a great weekend and stuff on Saturday and Sunday. And hope everything's going well in your life. If it isn't going well in your life, hope it improves, as soon as possible and stuff, you know what I mean? But anyway, hope you look forward to this video. So this one's going to be something life related. And it's definitely something I wanted to talk about for a while. And it's going to be about me talking about my family. Now, the thing with my family is that we are really quite small overall. There's only overall there's only 5 of us. So there are at the meantime. Like I said, I will mention my niece, shortly and stuff. But at the meantime, obviously, there's only 5 of us and stuff. Well, technically 6, but yeah. So anyway, there's only 5 of us in the family. So there's myself, there's my mother, my sister, my uncle, and my granddad. Obviously, there used to be my nana, but obviously she did pass over near 2.5 years ago. She passed in July 2015, which was, a sad day for all of us. But overall, we've always been a really, really small family. And the one thing I've always liked is that we've always got along really, really well. I think like usual, like usual families and stuff, they always end up arguing and you end up falling out for a couple of days. You end up getting back to, together and stuff and being friendly and stuff. That's just how families go, you know what I mean? That's the one thing that I've always liked with, family, was, getting along, being friendly and stuff. Now, another thing is that I actually do have family, we actually have family outside of the UK. We actually have some family in Ireland. And obviously, because of that, on my mother's side, I am actually part Irish. Because obviously, as I said, when I was talking about my nana, she was born in the Republic of Ireland. And then obviously, she came over here in the late 50s and basically set her own life, you know what I mean? And that's how it goes and stuff. So yeah, that's just how it goes. One thing I will mention, obviously, is with my dad. Now, obviously, I don't really talk about him that much because, obviously, I didn't really know him that well. But one thing that's actually interesting, obviously, to know is actually, I'm actually part Italian on my dad's side. So yeah, British born, part Irish, part Italian. That's why my last name's Trophy. It's Italian, by the way. So yeah, well, obviously my dad's side and stuff. I can't really say much because most of them are basically a past so long. You know what I mean? So obviously I didn't really talk to them and stuff, and really get to know them when I was younger. But obviously this is most about my family. On my mother's side and stuff. So yeah, we've always got on along really, really well, and I've always liked that and stuff. Like I said, with my mother and my sister, I've always got along well with them really, really well. And we've always spent time together and stuff, and been doing stuff. And it's always been a really, really nice thing. When I was younger, with my sister, when she was still like a teenager, late child, early teenager, we used to play a lot of video games and stuff. We always loved, spending time, playing on the Nintendo systems, the Dreamcast, whatever. And we always used to do that a lot. And even when my sister started, dating and, had boyfriends over and stuff, we would sometimes play games and stuff. I remember we used to play a lot of Mario Kart Double Dash and Super Smash Bros. Melee, or Melee, what we call it. And we've always got along really, really well. And even outside of playing video games and stuff, we've always, been really, really close. And then obviously, adulthood came through and stuff. And obviously she started working and, socialising more and stuff. And I would still sometimes see her and stuff, you know what I mean? But it would be sort of rare because obviously after that, she did move out and live on her own. And with that, after that, obviously, me and my mother started to get a lot more closer. Because obviously I've always lived with my mother, so I have. And obviously now my stepdad for a few years. And we've always been like that, and it's always been a nice thing. Even with the different interests, we've always, you know, got along really, really well. Even when we used to, like, go to town together and, you know, have a look around in the shops and stuff. It's always been a really, really nice thing. And one thing I've always thanked for my sister and my mother is that they helped me so much with my autism. Now, the thing with it was my sister that really got the ball rolling. And I'll keep it short, but I want to definitely keep it for a long video on its own stuff, so I do. But basically, my mother and my sister really, really fought so much and so many years to get my autism diagnosed. And the thing about it is it actually took 6 years. I was around the age of 10 when they started to try and figure out what was making me different to everyone else. And it wasn't until early 2012, when I was 16, this was a couple of months before I turned 17, when I finally got my diagnosis. And it was one of the best moments and the best things that made me happy, because I understood why I was seen different. I don't mean to do it like that, but why I was seen different to everyone else. And I've always thanked my sister, my mother, you know, for that. And that is one thing, you know, I've always been pretty pleased about them and stuff. That's just how it goes and stuff. And even other things like, you know, going through the choir, you know, when I was at school choirs and stuff, and going on different trips, you know, with school and stuff, for, you know, the singing and stuff. My family always were proud to see, you know, for the things I did. Like, looking back 10 years ago, I was talking about this a few days ago, is that it'll be 10 years this year since I was in the Royal Albert Hall with the school choir, and it's just crazy of how quick that time has gone. You know what I mean? 10 years, like I was 13, and it's, you know, just insane, you know what I mean? But, yeah, they've always been proud of me of what I've done, and I've always been proud of them, you know, for what they've achieved and accomplished and stuff. And after that, when I got a little bit older and stuff, and they started helping me with my socialising, they started getting me out of my shell a lot more and stuff, and it was really, really good. And then we started going to places, you know, going out, you know, for something to eat, something to drink, and, you know, we do that, you know, to this day. We've been doing that for a couple of years. It's been really, really good. So we've always been close and stuff, so we have. And they've definitely improved me for the best, so they have, which is a nice thing. Other people, obviously, my nana, my uncle, and my granddad. The thing with my nana and uncle is I've always been sort of close to them and stuff. Even though I didn't used to really see them a lot and stuff. But once I became unemployed and started looking for work, I started seeing them a lot more, especially my nana. Where I basically call down every single, you know, once or twice a week, seeing how they are and stuff, and having a little bit of a chat with her, and you know what I mean? And then, obviously on Saturdays, you know, she'd always see what type of goodies I've got in my bag and stuff. Like sweets and chocolate. Nothing bad, you know what I mean? Nothing bad, but she'd always be curious about what I could bought, you know, certain video games I bought and stuff. And it was nice and stuff, and we used to chat about all sorts. It was really, really good. And she was always someone friendly to talk to and stuff. I think, as I said earlier, like everyone else, we all have our own negative, you know, negative points to us where we may get moody and angry or whatever. But that's just how it goes in life, you know what I mean? And it was nice to keep company, because at that point she wasn't really doing much. Because she had a lot of problems with her legs and stuff. Where she couldn't really walk that far. She needed assistance, you know, for people and stuff. And that was just how it goes. So she was always stuck in those same four walls. But it was a nice thing, you know, for me to see her all the time and, you know, do stuff. But, you know, she was always friendly in her own way, and, you know, that's just how it goes and stuff. Last, I won't say I was really close, but obviously, you know, I did used to talk to her and stuff. And I also ring her on Saturday evenings and stuff, asking how she is. I'd actually usually do that before. It used to be before the lottery would air. It was like after the lottery aired, and before a program would air. So what? Because obviously she didn't want to miss that. You know what I mean? She'd be like, "Oh, I'll ring you back, Dominic. I'll ring you back, Dominic. Afterwards, okay? I'm just watching my program." And it was just funny, you know what I mean? And that's just how it goes. With my uncle, me and my uncle used to have a lot in common, like, you know, video games and, technology and stuff. And then, obviously, he'd be working and stuff. He'd be doing his usual stuff. And then, after a while, obviously, he stopped working because of complications with his legs. And things were happening, obviously, he wasn't able to, because, obviously, he'd had problems with his legs and stuff, and he wasn't able to work after a while. So, obviously, a lot of things changed for him. But outside of that, I used to go shopping with my uncle a lot and stuff, and it was a nice thing and stuff. And then when I got a lot older, I started, shopping for myself and, doing what I wanted to do and stuff, like a lot of people and stuff. But I'd still like, talk to him and stuff and start, how it goes, life and stuff. Like I still, obviously I do keep in contact with him and stuff. Like, I do ring him on Saturday night, so I might ring him, any other day or something, if I forget, you know what I mean? But it's been a really, really good thing and stuff, and that's just how life goes, you know what I mean? Another thing is with my granddad. Now, the thing with my granddad is we've never really been close. Like I said, we used to sometimes see him when I was younger, and then obviously there was a period of time where things, happened during, between family and stuff. And obviously after a while, of many years, we started seeing him again, you know what I mean? And I think we started seeing him more after my nana had died, because obviously for me, he is the only grandparent I have. And for my mother and my uncle, that's the only parent that they've got left. And that's just how it goes and stuff. But it's still, it's nice to see, you know what I mean? He like I said, he does his own things, you know what I mean? But like I said, he's, nice to see and stuff, and having a bit of a catch up, you know what I mean? I quite like that, I really, really do. And that's, I think, just how, things go and stuff. Like I said, I don't really have much in common with my granddad, but I still like to see, how he is, you know what I mean? How he's doing and stuff, and that's a nice thing I quite like. So yeah. And then the last member we'll get recent is my niece. Now, obviously, I have talked about how my feelings about becoming an uncle and stuff. And obviously, I became an uncle, once she was born, which was July of 2017. And it was one of those things that I loved, so much. It was a great moment, I think, in my life to become an uncle, you know what I mean, and stuff. Because I remember thinking I felt a bit weird afterwards, you know what I mean. I felt, well, I won't say weird, but I felt a bit hesitant because I'd never become an uncle before, and once I saw this and stuff, it was just one of those heartwarming feelings inside you. It was a good feeling. It really, really is. And I loved it and stuff, and you know what I mean. And obviously, I've been an uncle for 7 months so far and stuff. I can't wait till it gets to a year. Flipping it, that's gonna be crazy. But you know what I mean. It's just gonna be a good thing. And that's one thing that I like about it. That like I've been an uncle so far for 7 months, and it's just amazing. And one thing about it is I love seeing my niece. Obviously, it gives me another reason why I can see my sister and her partner, who were also friendly and stuff. They're really, really nice and stuff, and I've always liked that. And it's just one of those things that it's really, really nice to see. Like I love seeing my sister, as well as her partner and my niece. Seeing how she is, talking to her, holding her for a bit and stuff, and she just makes me laugh, you know what I mean? She just makes me laugh in that way. It's just really, really funny, but it's a really, really good, moment and stuff. And I think it made me feel a lot more important than obviously I am, to my sister, I am obviously a brother and stuff. But it's just nice to, have that uncle-niece bond that obviously I've never had until that point. And it's just a really, really good thing. And even like my sister, she loves being a mother. A partner, Daniel is called. He loves being a father, so he does. And it's just, one of the best things, to see and stuff. And obviously he has family and stuff that we do see as well. And they are friendly people, which is nice. And I quite like that. I really, really do. So obviously it expands the amount of people in the family and stuff, because obviously once my sister and Daniel do get married, obviously that will expand the family and stuff, which is a nice thing, with that and stuff. And I love it and stuff, It's I think it makes me smile when when my sister calls me Uncle Dom. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that make me think, you know what? It makes me feel good. You know what I mean? For the best and stuff, that I am an uncle. You know what I mean? I am Uncle Dom. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes with life and stuff, and it's a nice feeling. It really, really is. I love it and stuff. And I've actually spoken to a few people who actually are uncles, and not just my actual uncle himself, you know what I mean? But I've actually spoken to a few people who are, uncles or even aunties, and they love, seeing their nieces or nephews. It's just a nice feeling. It really, really is. And I think for most people who are uncles and aunties, I think they end up feeling, you know what, I'd love to have my own child, and I still hope that sometime in the far future. So it would be a really, really nice thing, but yeah, it's just how life goes. You know what I mean? Life changes for the best, you know what I mean? And I love my family and stuff, you know what I mean? We may have our own quirks and, moods there, but we are all, part of a family, you know what I mean? And that's just how it goes with people and stuff. So yeah, family, I love them, you know what I mean? They're all crazy, but, they are good people and stuff. That's not just saying that we're not crazy, we can be crazy and kooky in our own way. So yeah, it's just how it goes. Yeah, it's just how it goes with life and stuff. So yeah, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different and stuff. And check out tomorrow, where I'll be doing an Alex Francis Valentine's Day special and stuff. Like I said, it might be a short video, it might be a long video, I don't know. But I'm going to do something crazy for this Valentine's Day coming and stuff. Because I never really do that, that sort of stuff. Sorry, pardon me. So I just want to say, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you later. Bye. Week, not weekend. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.